Whilst the season isn't quite yet over as the Hoops still have a Scottish Cup to play, that isn't stopping the transfer news in and around the club as we lead up to the window opening. In today's video, as always, we will discuss the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. That includes some huge Celtic transfer news with regards to Joe Hart's replacement. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic left-back Greg Taylor has endured another successful season in hoops, picking up his 4th league title and 8th major honour overall. The 26-year-old was only really out of the team this season when he was injured, and despite managerial change over the summer, he has remained a constant in the starting lineup. Across all competitions this season, Taylor has made 45 appearances, scoring 3 goals and setting up a further 4. He missed only 3 league games in the 2023-24 and played every minute of the Hoops' Champions League group stage campaign. Taylor is ever reliable, but he'll have just a year left on his Celtic contract in the summer. Matt O'Reilly, Dyson Maeda, Liam Scales and Kyogo have all received new deals, but there has been no movement in Taylor's case. The defender spoke to Celtic fan media sites after he lifted yet another league title on Saturday and was asked if there had been any talk of a new contract. No, none to be honest, he said. That is the truth, 0. An ever-reliable asset who counts towards Celtic's homegrown quota for Europe, while Brendan Rodgers may want to improve on Taylor this summer, tying him down to a new deal could be a wise move given his experience and standing within the squad now. Especially when Joe Hart moves on, the Scotland international will assume a senior role in the team alongside the likes of Callum McGregor and Cameron Carter-Vickers. Just a quick one, boys and girls, to tell you that we have a new drop available on our website. We have the Brendan Rodgers Pope tee along with the Celtic Ultra t-shirts. Do browse the collection by going down to the link in the description or going to celticapparel.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. After lifting the Scottish Premiership title in a memorable trophy day at Parkhead at the weekend, the full focus of Celtic now turns to the Scottish Cup final. The Hoops take on Rangers at Hampden this Saturday, as they aim to make a league and cup double to cap off a frantic season. There have been countless ups and downs throughout the campaign, but in the end they have turned up when it mattered, churning out several impressive performances towards the business end of the season. Brendan Rodgers knows how to win silverware in Scotland, and although his side was knocked out of the League Cup at the last 16 stage back in August, he remains in with a shout of doing the double. Such an achievement would be admirable given the disruptions to Celt's season, and defender Liam Scales wants to silence his team's critics by winning the cup this Saturday. Speaking after he lifted the title a few days ago, the centre-half admitted it would be satisfying to kill some of the narratives surrounding him and his teammates. He said, "The season didn't start very well, getting knocked out of the League Cup early on. A lot of the narrative was about us crumbling a bit, and it would be nice to put that to bed by sealing a double. It was going on in the background for me, but it will be good to get over the line this weekend and prove people wrong, I suppose, which is always a nice thing to do. We didn't need anyone to tell us there were times when we weren't performing as well as we should have been. We could feel that ourselves. We don't need to hear it from pundits. We know when we're good and we know when we're bad. There were spells when we struggled a little bit. It was the first season back for the manager and a new sort of style, and it just took a little bit of time to get used to it. Over the last few weeks we've hit a good run and hopefully we can continue that into the final." With Joe Hart due to retire following Celtic's Scottish Cup final against Rangers this Saturday, the Hoops are now on the lookout for a new stopper. The Englishman has been a real pillar of stability between the sticks for the boys over the past 3 years, but has decided to call time on his playing days this summer. In terms of a replacement for the veteran stopper, a few names have already been thrown into the hat, such as Uklan Kakar and Alex McCarthy, with Aaron Murick the next. According to multiple reports, the Burnley stopper has emerged as a potential Hart successor, with the Hoops considering a swoop and feeler talks set to begin. 25, Murick moved to Manchester City at 16. He then went on several loan spells to the likes of NAC Breda, Nottingham Forest, Girona, Willem II, and Adana Demirspor, before joining Burnley permanently in 2022. The 36-time capped Kosovo international was key in the Clarets' promotion to the Premier League last season, but James Trafford's arrival limited his minutes in 2023-24. For a keeper, Muric is young, but he has already over 100 senior footballing appearances to his name. His contract at Burnley doesn't expire until 2026, but given his team's recent relegation back to the Championship, a move to the Hoops might sound attractive. Celtic's form over the past few weeks has been a significant factor in them making it 3 Scottish Premiership titles in a row. At times there were doubts over whether the Hoops would bring home the bacon, but when it mattered most, Brendan Rodgers and co stepped up. Since a late 3-1 win at Motherwell at the end of February, the Hoops have lost just one league game and drawn another, proving that they can go to the distance unlike their rivals. Things seem to click into place towards the business end of the campaign, with the Celts playing some of their best football of the season in wins over Hearts, Rangers and Killie. Indeed, Gaffer Rodgers claimed that Celtic realised they had to fight and come together after losing at Tynecastle in March to arrive at such a rich vein of form. The boss spoke to us after Trophy Day and was asked what the catalyst for his team's title winning form was. He said, "I think it's a recognition that we're in a fight and naturally we fight together. After Hearts away we recognised we need to stay together here, and in the last few months you just felt that connection and you see the energy flow down into the players, and it's a different sport then for us." Celtic FC women have won the SPWPL League title for the first time in their history after a dramatic 1-0 victory over Hibernian at Celtic Park. Their goal difference advantage over Rangers meant any kind of win would deliver the silverware on the final day. It was a nervy and difficult 90 minutes for Celtic as their title rivals quickly built up a commanding lead over Partick Thistle at Broadwood, eventually winning 4-0. Celtic found it difficult to fashion clear-cut chances as the tension ramped up, with the scoreline deadlocked at 0-0. Then there was a wonderful moment as the clock ticked towards death. The ever-impressive Amy Gallagher weaved her way through defenders in the box and fired a low shot into the back of the net. Fans erupted and there were jubilant scenes as the players celebrated wildly at Paradise. Celtic are now the first club in Scottish football history to win the men's and women's title in the same season. It's been a long journey for this team to overcome disappointment after last season's dramatic last-gasp final in the SWPL that ended with Glasgow Cities becoming champions. However, Fran Alonso galvanised his squad before eventually departing for the United States. Then incoming boss Alana Sudoku ensured that this team kicked on to new consistent heights, securing massive results against Rangers and City along the way. Celtic eventually finished top of the SWPL with 82 points, ahead of Rangers on goal difference. They're now competing in next season's UEFA Women's Champions League. Fresh off the success of Trophy Day on Saturday, it became a glorious weekend for everyone associated with the club. Celtic are the best team in Scotland on all fronts. Congratulations to Alina and her team. Celtic fans, what are your overall thoughts on this season? And what are your score predictions come this Saturday against Rangers in the Scottish Cup final? Let us know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. You can find them at celtapparel.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.